Welcome back. So a historic black church in North Texas has called a corner of a North Texas home for about 140 years or so.
Now its legacy is on the line, and that's concerning. The church is facing a lot of opposition from neighbors and also from Addison town officials. White Rock Chapel is the name. It's on Celestial Road, if you know, right near the Dallas North Tollway and Beltline Road.
And here's the historical context. It was founded by about 5 former slaves after the Civil War in 1884. And our Caroline Vandergriff is showing us tonight what's at stake here in the battle for the church's future.
It's easy to see the value in this 1.2-acre lot in Addison.
Those who were looking to purchase the land, all of them wanted to knock down these buildings.
That includes this small white church, surrounded on all sides by multi-million-dollar homes.
This neighborhood has grown up around the church that has been here now going on, at least in the area. This church has been here almost 150 years.
For Donald Wesson, this property is priceless.
This is a place that in the African-American community is literally hallowed ground.
White Rock Chapel was formed by 5 formerly enslaved families in 1865.
They committed that they would work together to earn money to buy land for a church. Took them 19 years. And in 1884, they went back to a man who had enslaved them. And he agreed to sell them the land, which was a really unusual decision for the time.
That white plantation owner not only helped them build the first church, but often worshiped alongside them. Floods forced the congregation to relocate to this spot in 1918. Storms destroyed the new building and fire the next, but still, they persevered.
So this church has been on this site since 1918 and has continued to meet as a church up until the time that we purchased it in August of 2018.
Wesson and his family wanted to keep the history alive and continue White Rock's legacy as a spiritual gathering place.
We thought that the neighborhood and even the town would say, "Hallelujah, how can we help you?" The response was exactly the opposite.
When the Wessons gutted the inside of the church to begin making some improvements, they applied for permits with the town of Addison. That's when they say a 2-year battle began with neighbors who opposed their plans. The ones I talked to say they believe Wesson's vision for the site will be disruptive to the neighborhood by creating multiple traffic and safety concerns and ultimately hurting their property values.
Homeowner Howard Freed wrote me, "We do not want an active church or any commercial entity in the middle of our neighborhood. We were all okay with the small black church that existed here for decades. What he wants to do is not that." Close to 100 neighbors signed this petition against the church's special use permit. That triggered a provision requiring a supermajority of the town council to approve it.
They fell 1 vote shy of that. Only 5 members of the council voted in favor.
Jeremy Dice, an attorney with the First Liberty Institute, says now White Rock Chapel is stuck. They can't operate. And his team is prepared to fight for the church's religious freedom, sending a demand letter to the town this week.
If we have to go to court, we will be successful in keeping them here for another 100 years. Here we are in 2023 America, where we have neighbors saying we don't want a church in our backyard, especially if it's that African-American church that's across the way from my mansion. That's wrong and it needs to stop.
Wesson is still hopeful they can all find a way to move forward.
So I can't emphasize enough that we very much want to be good neighbors.
The descendants of men and women who were enslaved coming together with those who enslaved them set the example.
Our vision for the church was and remains to build on that historic legacy of reconciliation and to allow not just Addison, but the state of Texas and the nation to know and lift up that history.
By keeping the doors of White Rock Chapel open to the entire community. In Addison, Caroline Vandergriff, CBS News, Texas.